appreciate him. And gotta say thank you to One Man, One Grill, because I just had a bomb burger, y'all. Actually, I still picking stuff out of my teeth. It was so good. But as you all can imagine, it has been a whirlwind of the past few weeks. And I'm not going to act like everybody know who I am, so I'm going to give you a little bit of background as far as who I am, where I come from, what I've been doing as a county executive of the largest county in Milwaukee County, and why I'm running for governor. So when I tell you I'm a Wisco boy, I'm a Wisco boy. I grew up in a 53206 zip code in the city of Milwaukee. My father was a master electrician. My mother was a Jane of all trades. They taught me the value of hard work. They taught me to be resilient. They taught me if somebody knock you down, you get your butt back up. But they also had their own struggles. Struggled with mental health, struggled with drug abuse. We were evicted 3 times before I graduated high school. For at least 15 years of my life, we moved every single year. But if it wasn't for our public schools, if it wasn't for our youth development organization called Urban Underground and AmeriCorps, I would not be standing in front of you today. Because God is real for me, you know. And so when I graduated high school, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. So got involved with Public Allies AmeriCorps. My first job was actually helping ex-offenders find employment and housing. And that gave me the foundation of service. And then I got involved in politics. And you all know former United States Senator Russ Feingold. He gave me my first start. And he sure did. And I learned a lot. And as I worked for Russ, I worked for the Democratic Party, making sure that we could recall a bunch of senators because they pushed this ugly bill called Act 10, removing collective bargaining here in the state of Wisconsin. And that's when I knew I wanted to stay involved. So I started working for an elected official by the name of Nakia Harris at the time, who was a legislative aide for the Milwaukee County Board. And I always joke with her that I was so good that she became the state senator after that. And so I worked for her for 4 years in the state senate. I was her policy director, I was her outreach director, and then I eventually got bit by that bug to actually run for office. 2016, that spring, I ran for city council. And the best thing happened to me. I met my wife. Lost the race, but I met my wife, y'all. And I call her my better 3/4, okay? Because my wife, Erica, she's doing so much work. There's no way that I can not only run for governor, but be county executive if it wasn't for the level of support that I get from her.
That's what we do.
You absolutely right. But I also got 3 daughters. I have an 18-year-old daughter named Alyssa. She's just graduated high school. She's going to Whitewater next year.
Yay!
I got a 9-year-old named Ava, a 6-year-old named Autumn. We call them the A Squad. And they support me like crazy. And when I think about where we are today, I'm extremely frustrated. As county executive, we've been able to do incredible work. And I was sworn in at the height of the pandemic, helping people get life-saving vaccines in their arms, making sure to protect our people. But we needed to double down and also think about our future. We've built affordable housing in Milwaukee County, 6 different projects, and what's unique is that they're all happening in suburban communities that never had affordable housing before. And because of our work around affordable housing and housing first, Milwaukee County, we have the lowest unsheltered homeless counts per capita in any community in the entire country, y'all.
Wow.
We are making progress. We reduced overdose deaths by 40% in just 4 short years. We've been able to bring Democrats and Republicans to the table so everybody gets a piece of the shared revenue pie and not just some. And we delivered the largest property tax cut in history. And I say all that because I'm the only candidate in this race with receipts, y'all. It's not just about having a vision and a mission. I'm the only one that has actually done stuff. And so when I think about running to become the next governor of this great state, I'm doing it because I am frustrated, just like many of you here. Frustrated with Republicans. Absolutely frustrated with who's occupying the White House because he ain't doing nothing for us. And then I'm frustrated with Democrats. I believe we've been fighting back, but I don't think we've communicated exactly what we're fighting for. What our mission and vision is, not just for the state of Wisconsin, but for this entire country. We've been responding and reacting to Donald Trump to where they're defining us for us. And so now's the time for us to get off the sideline. We got to get back in the game. Stop playing defense and get on offense. And we do that by fully funding our child care system. I remember when my 6-year-old was in daycare, we were spending $1,500 a month while my rent at the time was just $1,000. costs more to send my child to child care than it is to pay for our own homes, y'all. And so we need to make sure that every single child under the age of 5 gets access to a subsidized slot. That we cap child care expenses at 7% of the household income. And make sure that pre-K is universal across the state of Wisconsin. When our children has a better foundation of learning, it makes it that much easier when they enter the public education system. Which means that we have to fully fund public education. We have seen so much over the past few years, starting with the Walker era. So we got to get back to the 2/3 funding formula. We have to increase the special education reimbursement rate. One, that's going to help save y'all some money. That'll naturally ease the property tax pressures because we've been going to referendum after referendum just to take care of our own children. And no more. We need to make sure that we're a healthy community. And I want to be very honest with you. Health is not just mental and physical. Money in your pocket is health. A roof over your head is health. Public transportation, access to healthcare, all these things contribute to our individual and to our societal health. Because when we all do better, we all do better. I don't want us to get better because other communities are getting sicker. I want it because we're getting better.
Amen.
And so that means we have to expand Badger Care. Make sure that we increase the reimbursement rates. Create a sliding scale premium. Because just because you're not poor enough doesn't mean you shouldn't have access. This should be the alternative to for-profit insurance in the state. And providing the comprehensive care so it's physical, mental, dental, and vision. But it's also about protecting our workers across this entire state. We need to restore collective bargaining. We need to repeal Act 10, repeal right to work for less, and instill worker rights into our state constitution because too many people are getting paid pennies on the dime. We need to raise the minimum wage from $7.25 an hour to $20 an hour. People need money in their pockets. We can't continue to tell people to survive. We need to give them opportunities to thrive and to be successful. That's why I'm in this race. And people have asked me, David, why are you leaving in the first place? Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I thought I was being a good Democrat. I was putting my ego aside to support who I thought was going to eventually be the Democratic nominee here in this state. When I made the decision to get out of this race, I'm going to tell y'all a story so you hearing it from the horse's mouth. That Sunday, the Lieutenant Governor called me up, let me know what was going on with the campaign finance reform. You know what I told him? I may be upset, I may be disappointed, but I still got your back. That's right. I'm still supporting you no matter what. That Monday when she did her press conference, I started getting phone calls from all over the state. Text messages, phone calls, emails, Facebook messages. I mean, everybody was coming out of the woodwork. I didn't even know people had my number. And I continued to say, no, I'm not getting in this race. And Wednesday night, a woman called me at 11:30 at night and said, well, David, can you sleep on me? Well, let me backtrack a little bit, because I already went to Wednesday. The first thing I need to tell you is on Sunday morning, I booked a trip to Jamaica. I was ready to go, y'all. So Wednesday night, lady calls me at 11:30 at night. She says, well, David, can you sleep on me? I get off the phone with her. I went to my wife. And I said, well, she says she wants us to sleep on it. My wife said, we are not sleeping on anything. But we will pray about it.
Amen.
And so me and my wife, we went into prayer. Now, many of you have not met my wife. But my wife, in the middle of prayer, she's so funny, y'all. She said, Lord, give us a sign. And don't make it obvious, because I don't do well with subtleties. And she asked to see a red bird. So we go to bed. We wake up the next morning, asking each other about visions or dreams. Nothing happened. Thursday, I keep getting these phone calls. My wife takes my phone, talks to my campaign and said, do not call my husband again. We are done and we are out of this race. But I get one more phone call that evening. Guess who it was? The Lieutenant Governor. She called me up to check in on me. She said, I just want to make sure you're doing okay. I said, Lieutenant Governor, I know this isn't your fault, but I still got your back. People are asking me to get in this race, and I've told them no because I still got your back. Had no clue that she was going to drop out the next week. She did not tell me. Friday morning,